players can target notes on 251, but they still get trapped in one position. So the line does not travel. My name is Junwon Choi, and this channel is about learning jazz guitar as an apprenticeship. Melody and harmony become one motion on the fretboard. By the end of this video, you will know how to turn a fast 251 into a diagonal line by extracting it from upper structure harmony, so your single line moves like a real guitar language. Let's be clear, the targets do not change. Start from the third, move to the seventh of the chord, and when the chord, the measure is changing, going to that line to the next chord's third still makes the progression audible. But in diagonal harmony, the question is different. Where do those targets live as a structure on guitar so the line can travel? Here is the shortcut that most jazz guitarists miss. If you want a diagonal line, you do not start from a scale. You start from a voicing that already contains motion. Upper structure harmony is not decoration, it is the shape of the function already moving. So instead of thinking notes, I am thinking which upper structure voicing implies the target and its resolution. So let's be clear before we go into that upper structure. I said I did not thinking in scale. Let's be clear on that first. So I just played the All the Things You Are, the first 8 section on 2 different positions. That is eventually giving you not just staying in the one position, just we can move the diagonal movement. But before we go on to that, let's see the cadence on the first 8 measure. It starts from different key, but the first 8 section resolve into the C major 7. So it's 2 minor 7, G7 going to the C major 7. So let's talking about the 251 in key of C just for a second, not just in the tune All the Things You Are, because those are in different keys. So let's say we are in the key of C and the scale would be right? But this scale structure, the way I played just now, that does not tell anything about 251 progression. Let me tell you why. The most important part of the major scale is the harp step, where the harp step is happening. Ti, do, and mi, fa. That is the most important thing happen in the music, because that gives us where our tune is going. That half step gives us the most profound, most strong cadence in the music, so that we already know that where it is going to, how it is going to end. That is a cadence. And the 2-5-1 progression is all about those half step motion. Let me show you that. So we all know this is a 2-5-1 in key of C, right? D minor 7, G7, C major 7. But if we just keep playing with the root, we really don't know where the voice leading is happening. So if we just play without the root, the motion would be one more time. So this the seventh of the D minor 7 move half step to the third of the G7, and this seventh of the G7 moving to the third of the C major 7. And this is the voice leading the structure inside of a chord, but there is a line that can give this movement. So if we start from the third of the D minor 7, it start from here. You hear that? This is the voice leading in the C major scale. And just filling the gap in between the scale notes in those long notes, it gives you this. So how this major scale is playing from F, Fa, Mi, Re, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi. That is the music is playing the scale. That is how the music is built using the scale. We think, most of the players think, knowing more theory gives you the ability to improvisation, the profounding base for the improvisation. But in the theory book, every scale is written down from root to the root. It does not give you how the scale is really works on, even in this cadence. And this is not just the cadence. If we just go on a little deeply, we can go from, we go down, right? And then next time we can go up, right? This is exactly how Fly Me to the Moon is composed. Third, going to the seventh of the chord and target the next third. And then changing the direction, going up to the seventh of the same chord, and then the next chord, third, is right next to it. That voicing already tells my hands where the next target is, so the line does not need guessing. So now the main move. I am not adding licks. I am extracting a single line from the voicing, meaning the targets are inside the structure. The passing notes are just the path between them, the line is still one piece of harmony, not a scale run. So the voice movement was right. I know. So the line sounds like it knows where it is going. That is because the voicing already decide the route. So the diagonal movement is not moving up the neck. It is keeping the same harmonic identity while changing the register. I just move around the registers of the target, so my hands move like diagonally, right? Even even if my hands is moving diagonally, I kept the target on the right moment. That is the key. So I only need one thing, a connection point on notes that belongs to both structures. So I can pivot without breaking the sentence. So in that idea, I can use, and I already showed you a little bit of the Django line when I land on the C major 7. The Django line would be, right? So in the C major 7, this shell voicing octave higher diagonally, the drop 2 voicing becomes the Django line. And while I'm playing the 2-5, I stays on the Wes line. So Wes line, how you can find the Wes line is D minor 7 like this, and then don't play the root. We need to get over the roots as soon as possible so that we can see this voice leading and also the upper structure. So this is F major 7 drop 2 voicing, and this is the F major 7 this voicing is. So this would be the F major triad. So this will become the backbone of the Wes line. So let me play the same thing. This voice leading sounds in these lines. Okay. That is the whole reason this feels effortless. The line is one structure just spoken across the neck. People ask, on a fast 251, can you still target the third? Yes, because you are not hunting the third as a note, you are holding a structure that already contains it. Fast tempo is not a problem when your hand is following structure. Fast tempo is only a problem when you are choosing notes one by one. So, when the tempo, the if we think about the fast 251, it does not really need to be a 2-5 progression is in one measure. We can just double up the tempo. So let me play this time the All the Things You Are in twice faster than the beginning of this clip I played. I did not know how exactly I played at the tempo, but I will uh, try to remember and close to the twice as fast as twice fast. Okay, and see what I am doing. Okay. One more time. What I'm doing. I am not trying to play every single beat of the time. I'm just targeting the notes twice as fast. Or or this is why Wes and Django style line do not sound like exercise. They are not thinking, let me play a mode over 251. They are thinking in guitar structures that already carry function. And then they extract lines that travel diagonally. So what I am teaching here is not my invention. I am just organizing the common logic that shows up in great players. Diagonal harmony is when vertical structure becomes horizontal motion. Upper structure turns into a single line that can travel. If you want the full foundation behind this, start with essential building blocks. This is free 2-hour lessons I categorized in shell voicing, major scale, dropped voicing, West line, Django line, and triad cycle that I was showing what I'm doing. Everything is in that 2-hour free lessons, and also I included 28 pages of PDF file. And if you want the daily routine that turns this into muscle memory, that is bridge theory plus sound. Also, please, once you register in my website, after you finish your 2-hour lessons, turn the scorecard in, then I will guide you to the next step. Or I think if you know a little better and you want to know how Wes was really doing it, then Wes's Insight would be the right choice for you. I transcribe one of each courses in Fly Me to the Moon, Autumn Leaves, All the Things You Are, which those tunes are in diatonic circle fifth motion. So you can see how he was playing his West line and Django line concept in those chord movements. Next, I will apply the same extraction to a real West intro line so you can see exactly how the voicing becomes the diagonal phrase. So until I see you, please visit my website and enjoy your free lessons. And until I see you, keep swinging. Thank you.